done by now. Seems we're running late. Let's put the food on the table fast as we're able. Guests are coming at 8. When we're caught in the Christmas rush, it's so easy to lose touch with the true meaning of things and what really matters. Just look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on. Simmer down, pass a big smile around. Now that everything is gold, the children hunker down to see what's hidden beneath the Christmas tree. Look but not touch, they're told. When we're caught in the Christmas rush, it's so easy to lose touch with the true meaning of things and what really matters. Just look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on. Look up in the December night. There is one star shining bright. It shines on one and all. On this cold December night, there is one star shining bright, and it shines for you and me. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on.
Hello and welcome to day 13 of Knit A Rainbow's Vlogmas. My name's Kimberly McAlinden and I so appreciate you being here. Let's get right into what we have to do. It is Friday late afternoon. I finished the work that I needed to get done today and I am here to show you what I have finished, and then it's time to go and hang with my family. So here is the sock. Now let me know, friends, how how far should I go on the sock before I start the heel? I think I'm going to do the heel this weekend for sure. Because this looks pretty, here it is. Here's the color for today. Oh, it matches my sweater here. So fun. I purchased the pattern Cold Brew, and that's what I am doing the sock in. Let's measure how long this is now. I was hoping, oh, it's about 8 inches. So I'll measure like a pair of my socks and see how that looks. But I'm now on 13. If we have 24, this is halfway. So maybe I can go a couple more stripes because I have a tiny foot. So maybe I'll only go a couple more. I'll go a couple more stripes because I would rather have the length on my calf. Stay tuned. We'll see what I'm gonna do, but I'm loving them. It's been so much fun. I've really enjoyed it. Vita Lifestyle, this was day 12, which was just like a gorgeous kind of caramel mocha color. And we are gonna do day 13 today. Day 13 is Butterscotch Bar. Wow, it's so weird when you see it on here. There's 24 names on here and we're here already. This time is flying. Isn't it a shame that this most wonderful, for a lot of people, happy, joyous time of year is so darn short? You know what else I was thinking the other day? I was, sitting in the dark and had the Christmas tree lights and looking at the snowflakes coming, from the windows and the lights off the cars, and I was thinking to myself how neat it was that this time of year I'm feeling hopeful and happy and wonderful, and it's the darkest time of the year. I wonder, there's kind of no accident in that, don't you think? I do. I've already forgotten. Butterscotch Bar. And wowee, it sure is. I love butterscotch. Oh, this is oh, look at the pretty speckles in it too. Ooh, that's beautiful. So pretty. I'll go on top of this one. All right. As you could see in the montage in the beginning, I finished the last patterning rows of Campside. And thanks everyone for your comments saying that you appreciate that I'm real on here. I don't really know how else to be. And yeah, I make mistakes. I'm a human. I make mistakes in knitting. I certainly make mistakes in life. I'm human. But it's the way that, you come back from those mistakes. That's your character, right? That's how you were raised. That's how you decide you want to be perceived. So you can either be mean, or you can be kind, or you can say, I've messed up, I apologize, let's move forward. However way that forward is, right? But you can do it with grace and dignity. All right, here she is. I have started the ribbing because I don't know why, I just think it looks so pretty. And I am doing the ribbing like I showed you in day 1, how I make it nice and tight. So it's just starting. This is gonna be like, oh, look at me. This is such an old sweater. I can't even remember the name of it. I mean, it's like 2013, like 2012, 2013. If I can find it, I'll link it, but if not, I don't really know. But it's kind of, you know, it has cut some holes in it. It's kind of like ending its life with me. And so I remember it being like a wool silk fingering weight. So I'm on the lookout because I wore this to death. I love it. I love it. Love it. All right, so here she is. And I'm so excited to get finished because I'm going to film the blocking, you know, and then that'll be a technique that I don't have to think of on the fly. But here we go. So you can see the ribbing is just starting. What's your favorite thing about Vlogmas so far? It doesn't have to be mine. It could be anybody's. You know, I'm obsessed with Amanda of Sweet Skein of Mine. I also purchased a project bag for socks because now once I make socks, I go on like a sock diet and I don't knit socks, and then all of a sudden I knit like socks forever. So I got a little project bag from By the Lakeside. Ooh, she has a Vlogmas too. I'll put it in the description box. She has like such a sweet, like soothing, kind voice. I like watching her too. The tutorial today is something that I kind of take for granted, and it is where and when do you join a new ball of yarn, and how do I do it? There are several different ways to join a new yarn, and I would say that the way that I join the yarn for the most part is where I will knit one stitch with both yarns held together, and then I will continue with the new yarn and on my merry way. And I do that 99% of the time. If I'm working with lace, it depends. If there's space in between the stitches, then I will still do the way that I just described, just making sure that when I weave in the ends, I weave them into a spot that isn't going to be noticeable. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and let's go to my hands right now. All right, on my sample here, I've noticed that I have a little bit of yarn. I tend to leave about 4 or 5 inches of yarn before I add another in. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to leave this. And what I would do is, here's the new yarn with the tail and the old yarn, and I'm going to either knit or purl one stitch, drop the old yarn, here's the new, and continue on. Now, when I come back round to the knit side, I'm just very, very mindful because you can see here, it's 2 stitches here, 2 pieces of yarn, and I'm going to knit that as one. When I come to it. All right, here it is. I'm just almost like I'm doing a knit 2 together, and then continue to knit. Now that is barely noticeable. I'm not going to mess with it because this is just a little, okay. It is barely noticeable. It's right here. Okay, and it is, it's just a really, really easy way. Now, when I'm going to weave these in, I kind of like to make sure that everything is nice and flat, and weave them in that way. And you know what? Let's use a real life example. Here is the shawl that I'm working on, campside, and let's weave in the end. I'll show you where I joined the last. Here's a join right here. I know there's a join, but it might be pretty close here. Here's another join, right? Here's another one. So let's talk about this one, because we are in lace right here, right? And I've knit one stitch with both yarns held together, and then I continued on with the new yarn. So how am I going to weave this in so that when it's blocked, you can't see it? So what I would do, I call this the spidering technique, and I'm going to need 2 different types of darning needles. I'm going to use this one, but I'm also going to use a sharp darning needle. All right. What I'm going to use this one for is to separate the plies. Do you see how when you're looking at yarn, it looks, you know, it's round and it's really nice. When you untwist it, you can see how many plies there are. Okay, so, you know, this one is very easy to tell. This one's very easy to tell the plies because there are 2 plies. Two plies are twisted together to make a 2-ply. Let's see how many plies are in this yarn. You're going to unwind it, and this is where I'm going to use this blunt needle. There's one, I think it's a 4-ply. Yep, there's 4 plies here. So if we unwind it, take out the plies. You could also do like a 2-ply and 2-ply. Now this is also a great technique when you are, if something's like right at your bust line and you don't want to create any bulk or anything like that. So we're going to untwist the plies, which I probably should have started down closer to the work. Just be careful when you're doing this that you're not pulling your work too tight, because you'll find like a really, really tight stitch there. All right, so I'm undoing the plies. Okay. Now I'm going to take my sharp darning needle, and this is where the spider technique comes in. I'm going to pierce the yarn so it doesn't show through to the other side. All right, so you can't see it on the other side. And I'm going to just pull that 1 ply up that way. All right. And now I'm going to take the next ply. So by the end of this, by the end of both of these, that you will have woven in 8 plies, but it doesn't take very long. Here, I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Let's take another ply. I'm going to come down this way. pierce the yarn. And you don't have to worry about it coming undone because it's only one ply of the whole thing, right? And then the fourth one. And that one will go this way. And then I will repeat that process for that second yarn. Okay. And now when we snip these, when we snip these little pieces here, it will be very, I mean, you can see this one here because I kind of skipped, but you would be very hard pressed to tell where you joined that other yarn in. And I'll repeat it with this one off camera, but then it's done. It's done and settled. There's no extra bulk. The only thing that's extra is that one stitch that I knit with 2 strands together. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments. So what did you think? Do you join your yarns like that? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious on how you have learned to do it and how you feel comfortable. I would say with my teaching that the biggest, not mistake, but the biggest fear that knitters have is that their stuff is going to unravel. And so they kind of do a little bit too much of, of working with both yarns together. That can get quite bulky and it can show, right? So if you're going to do something that is on the side, that's not really so bad. But if it's going to be like right in the middle here, then you want to be very mindful of where you join your yarn. All right, friends, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Friday. It is the weekend. I'm so excited to spend some time. I have finished some pretty major deadlines that I've had, and I just look forward to spending the weekend. I'm going to do some spinning this weekend. I can't wait. I haven't done it in a long time. And I'll bring you along. I hope you are all having a wonderful day and have a great, great, great night. See you tomorrow. Gone. My name's Kimberly McAlinden, and my nose is just going to itch this whole time. Ugh. Okay. Can't think of her name, which that's awful.